There were once two gods of agriculture known as Fructus and Plantarum. The two gods were brothers and had the power to create unique edibles. Fructus could create sweet edibles with seeds inside them, and Plantarum could create edibles that grew inside the earth. A short time after discovering their abilities, Plantarum questioned his father's power to be in charge of all things that grew. He did not think that his powers of creating trees benefited the people. He overthrew his father and banished him and his brother from the kingdom. Plantarum also banned the use of their powers. Fructus and his father went to a safe haven known as Protego, and saw how Plantarum was affecting the world. Plantarum had forced the people to eat what things he had given them. The people were starting to get tired of just eating vegetables. Fructus saw this as a great time to intervene with his brother's rule. One day, a group of children were searching in the forest for something to eat other than vegetables. Fructus saw them and asked, "What are you doing?" One of the children replied, "We're tired of eating vegetables, so we're searching for something else to eat." The others nodded in agreement. "What type of food would you rather have?" Fructus asked. All the children described what type of food they wanted. One wanted a food that was red, and another one wanted something that was sweet and crisp. With that description, Fructus created the apple. The children at first were hesitant, but mostly in awe by the creation. Then one of the children took a bite, and his eyes widened with happiness. He gave the apple to the other child, and he had the same reaction. By the time they had finished eating the apple, Fructus had already created a basket filled with apples. He told them to go back to their homes and share it with the other members of the community. The children went back to their homes and did what Fructus had instructed. The village was filled with joy, and they had a celebration in honor of this new food. The festivities were noticed by Plantarum, and he thought that they were doing this for him. He took a look and saw something he had not seen in a long time. Plantarum went down to the village and demanded to know why they were celebrating. No one answered. Plantarum took a villager and asked again, "What is the meaning of this celebration?" The villager raised an apple he was holding and showed it to him. Plantarum became so furious, he turned the villager into a celery stalk. He asked, "Who gave you these?" No one would answer out of the state of fear. If someone does not say who, you will suffer the same fate as this man. One of the children stepped out and described the being who made the delicious treat. Plantarum knew right away from the description that it was his brother. Plantarum banned the apple and all gifts given by Fructus. Plantarum went back to the kingdom and began to plan a way to get back at his brother for going against him. He came up with a plan to get rid of Fructus once and for all. He was going to find his brother, invite him to home, and give him a certain vegetable that would cause one to explode. Plantarum called for his servants to find Fructus and invite him to his home. Fructus was hiding in the forest. After hearing what his brother had done to one of the villagers, he was afraid to go back because he thought that he had caused this dilemma. Suddenly he heard fluttering and saw 3 of his brother's servants. One of the servants said, "Our master wishes to see you in his home for supper." Fructus was suspicious at first, but accepted the invitation. Inside the kingdom, he was greeted by his brother and knew something wasn't right. Plantarum led him into the dining hall, and they had dinner. During the meal, his brother was talking about something that Fructus might be interested in. "I'm working on a new edible," he said. "I need someone to taste it for me and give me some advice." Fructus agreed to do this for his brother. He was thinking, what's the worst that could happen? They went to Plantarum's garden, and he picked a small red vegetable with black dots on it, and he gave it to his brother. Fructus took a bite, and said it was good until he swallowed. Fructus felt a feeling like something was building up inside of him, and he knew that it was his brother trying to destroy him. "Why would you do this?" he asked. His brother's face went blank and he began to feel miserable. Fructus fled the kingdom and realized what was going to happen. He was going to explode. Fructus went to the only place where no one would be harmed by the explosion. He flew up into the clouds, and then it happened. However, the explosion was beneficial. It scattered its contents all around the earth, and gave fruit to the lands. The fruit that landed was absorbed by his father, and then created fruit trees, so he could let the legacy of his son's kindness continue.